And welcome in. Cuse Postgame. Paulie here today. No Brian Higgins. Am I supposed to have the lights off when I do this? No Brian, no Tim, no Jordan. That was tough. We got kind of fooled by a first half where we thought everything was right with the world with JJ back. Chris Bell was hitting shots. And then it ends up being a 90-74 loss. And it's getting tough to find a silver lining at this point, right? 315-437-7644 is the number if you'd like to call in. Anything stick out to you in that game? The turnovers. I want to be as mad at Coach Autry as anybody. I want to be mad about something and find some way to come up with an excuse for why this is happening. Can't turn the ball over 15 times. And just horrible, unforced turnovers. It's, I don't know if that is coaching. And I don't know if a coach can fix them turning the ball over like they are. People want the lights off, Jordan, just because it's a funeral. We need to have the darkness. If you'd like to call on 315-437-7644. Chris Bell's back. Huh? We got that going for us? They tried a new. They tried a glaring issue is defense and transition defense and post defense, according to Bring Back the Curtain. Yeah, they wouldn't need transition defense if they were not turning the ball over, just JJ coming down the court and just throwing the ball to the other team. Carlos did it. They're starting fast breaks for the other team, and it's unbelievable. I know Jordan is our light man right now. People want Pat to call in. I don't know how you fix the turnovers. Carlos, 3 turnovers. Taylor, 2 turnovers. Starling, 3 turnovers. Everybody is doing it. It's not like a glaring. It's not like just one guy's doing it and you can fix it. It's the whole team doing it. 30 points off the bench. Phone's ringing. 30 points off the bench for Syracuse. All these years I heard Syracuse needed to rebound and get points off the bench and everything would be better. They're doing the rebounding and getting the points, the rebounding and getting bench points, and they're losing all the games now. 0 fast break points. I've heard multiple times Coach Autry say that he wants to get out and run. 0 fast break points in this game. That's not getting out and running. Let's go to the phone. Steve in North Syracuse. Steve, what's up?
The scary thing about this game is that we got JJ Starling back, and he was productive, if not necessarily at the top of his game. And Chris Bell found his shot and scored 18 points at 4 3-pointers. And, people have been wondering if we'd had Starling and Bell was hitting his shot, how many of these games we've lost would we have won? And yet we lost by 16 to a team that, like us, had not beaten a power conference team this year. So we got what we wanted, and we came up way short of actually winning the game. One of the stats that jumps out is that Bell got off only 5 shots and they were. I was listening to Matt Park do the game, and he and Jim Salatin were talking about why are we getting the ball to anybody else? Let's get the ball to Chris Bell.
Yeah, it was head scratching at points. Kyle Cuff multiple times I saw come down court and take rush shots instead of running offense, and getting the ball to Bell. Bell is getting open. I will say this: the offense in the first half with JJ and Bell on the court looked much better. If there's one thing I can take from this game, that it looked okay in the first half. Anything else sticking out to anybody? Elijah Moore, 3 minutes in this game. 3 minutes. Came in, made a horrible turnover, and that was the last we saw him. Let's go to Dro in Clay. Dro, what's up?
Hey, man. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Do I hear hockey there?
Oh, you're hearing hockey in your... Oh, hold on. I don't know why you're hearing it. We're not on the radio if you're listening on the radio. So
okay, I got you.
Just
okay.
Cuse
So, gotcha. So, real quick, look, man, I don't think this team's making the ACC tournament.
Okay.
To be honest with you.
Yeah, okay.
We will not be playing the ACC tournament. I don't see how this team wins many games this year, if any. Am I wrong?
I don't know. I don't know at this point. I would like to argue with you, but at this point, I don't know.
And that's the thing, and I don't know where to go from here. You know, there's people out there saying GMAC should have been the better coach, but there's people call your airwaves who didn't want Jerry McNamara because he lost Quaddy Green in 2017. So those fans are the now ones complaining, we want Jerry McNamara instead of Aiden Arch. You can't have it both ways.
Right.
You can't have it both ways, people. And I'm getting frustrated, too. It's this distinction that we shouldn't be in this position, but we are. And as far as Autry's not going to make it to the season, Autry will be back next year for one more year based on the recruits he has coming in. After next year, though, if there's no tournament, he's got to go. That's it.
All right. I don't know if that's going to happen. I just got to. I do have to say this. He has to do better at the portal. He's got to do better at the portal. They blew it in the portal this year, and I don't know if having a GM will help this year, but it appears they blew it in the portal.
They blew in the portal, absolutely did. And I don't understand. I just don't understand. It seems like we got the guys we want. There's people making comparisons that Carlos was like as good as Johnny Flynn. I don't know whoever said that. Whoever said that, it was about as off as you. It's just a terrible comparison. Like, don't ever compare Carlos to Johnny Flynn again.
All right, we got anything else, Stroh, before I let you go?
What's that?
Anything else before I let you go?
No, that's it. Listen, guys, have a happy New Year. Hope there's better times at FSU basketball, but I think we're in trouble.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they are. There's definitely trouble. And the one thing with basketball that's different than football, and football proved it this year, if you have one good year in the portal, you can fix things. And you can go wrong in the portal. And Jordan in Connecticut, how are you, man?
Hi, how you doing?
Good. What do you want? What do you need?
It's just crazy that Carlos. Wait, there's like a different noise in the background.
I don't know what everybody's hearing here. I don't know. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Are you listening on the radio?
Oh, I think I am. Hold on. I'll turn that off.
If you're listening on the radio, you're going to hear hockey.
There we go.
All right. Is that better?
That's better.
All right. Jordan fixed it. Thank you. I'm a novice here. All right. So what do you got?
I'm 14. I'm a diehard Syracuse fan. Watch all the games. It's just, I know I haven't been alive and seen all these Syracuse, like bad Syracuse teams, but after the last few years I've seen, this is just, it's hard to watch. Like the last 5 minutes, I'm always like confident that, yeah, we can pull it back. It's hard to watch the last 5 minutes because I have no faith in this team. I have no faith in Carlos shooting it all. Eddie, I'm still pissed that he took number 44. And at least we got Chris back. He's at least shooting threes. Let's hope he can keep doing that. JJ is good to have, but there's a lot of pieces that are really missing for this team.
Yeah, yes, there are pieces missing, and I agree with you on all of it, but the 44 thing, anybody can wear it. Number's not retired. And Eddie Lampkin, he's just part of the problem. I said the portal has been an issue. Everybody wanted a center that was going to bang and get rebounds. He bangs and gets rebounds, but he's a detriment on defense. And this whole team's bad on defense. I don't know why this place sticks in my head, but Florida State's got one guy under the basket against two Syracuse defenders, and Donnie Freeman walked away from it and just let the guy shoot. Just let him shoot. So I don't know. Like, some part of me wants to be mad that it's coaching, and then part of me sees stuff like that and goes, do you think the coach tells a guy when you got 2-on-1 under a basket to walk away from it? So I don't know. I don't know what to say. There's just dumb plays. JJ, who is the leader of this team, and yes, he's just coming back, but driving the lane, getting off your feet, and having nowhere to go with the ball, and just throwing the ball to the other team and starting a fast break for the other team. I know you haven't played in a few weeks, but I don't know. Hopefully this is Cuse a bad year like UConn and Louisville, and next year we can turn around. That Florida guy, I'm with you on that. You can do it in the portal, but man, you got to hope you figure it out in the portal. And now you got to go back to people and ask them for money, right? That paid for this year's team. Let's go to Pat. Is this the Pat in Syracuse? Did you actually call?
Yeah, what's up, Paulie?
Not much. How are you?
Yeah, this is tough. I kind of like what you said, and I don't always like what you say, but what you said to Dro was kind of funny, that you wanted to argue with him, but you really couldn't. I mean, or no, you actually said you want to be mad, but it's a frustrating time. It's a frustrating time. Here's my take on the season. Okay, the way I'm looking at it, and I'll be very curious if you find any points of contention in this. Carlos is not getting it done. With that, along with the JJ injury, most coaches are not going to try to experiment. But it would have been interesting if JJ didn't get hurt, really where Carlos's role would be, because you see other guys that can do more, on defense, rebounding, attacking the rim, finishing at the rim, finishing over the rim like Cuff, making threes. When I look at Cuff, I just find it interesting that there's a spot, for a long time it was Chapa Moore. And then you said something that I thought was comical. You said Moore had a terrible free throw or a turnover. And I'm thinking, well, aren't they all pretty terrible, especially if they're a live ball? So, I mean, why was it? I mean, they're all the turnovers, like you also said, are unforced. A lot of them are unforced. But I guess what I'm getting at is there's definitely, room for a guy like a Carlos to get his own, and there's enough other skilled players to get them the shots they need. He's just not capable of doing it. I mean, I don't know how you guys have defended him to any stretch of the imagination, because you guys did the same thing for a long time with McLeod, who I said at the beginning of last year, McLeod and Taylor could not start. There's no way you can have two non-playmakers that can't do anything on the floor to start a game. And all season we saw it on, obviously McLeod got hurt, but the point is, if you keep doing what you keep doing, you're going to keep getting the same results. And 80% of these games all season, Paulie, you've been at these games. How many times have we not gotten off to a slow start?
Yeah, tonight, and then the slow ending came. So it's
Right.
like it's. I don't know if it's the start, if it's the end. I just think this team may not be good. I think we're all looking for answers and blame. And I think to point out one person on this team is kind of silly because I think the whole team is bad at points.
I think if you had a point guard who could stir the cup of coffee correctly, I think a lot of these guys could do. I mean, I think that's the frustrating thing, right? We've seen Jair Davis in 3 or 4 games look really good, like potentially the second or third best player on the team, and then he's a no-show for multiple games. Same thing with Chapa Moore. We've seen Chapa Moore offensively look like the best, second best, or third best option on the team for more than one game. And, he's a no-show for multiple games. Multiple games. You look at Lucas Taylor, look like he was finally coming around after a really slow start to the season. So there's just so many examples of guys. What was Cuff's season high? Didn't he have 20? I feel like it was 20-something points, wasn't it?
A couple games ago, last game, I think he had his season high. I think it was around there. But here's the thing: you need consistency. You can't just hope. You need a guy to go out and be able to do it every game.
Yeah, Steve in North Syracuse said it. I don't know, like maybe a week or so ago. You get one thing going right, with one guy, and then 3 things are going wrong with 2 other guys. So it's very inconsistent. This is just not a fun time. I think Autry is in over his head, unfortunately. I think he's a great guy. I think he's a great number 2. I think I don't think it takes Syracuse out of the equation. Okay, take Syracuse out of the equation, take Autry out of the equation, take Boeheim out of the equation. In general, it's very hard for a head coach to succeed and navigate through a Power 5 conference at a big-time school. I mean, Syracuse should be a mid to upper-level Power 5 team at the very minimum. I mean, for a long, long time, we were a top 10 program for a long, long time in terms of basketball brands. Those days are over. They've probably been over, but we were still a top 20, top 30, top 40 program. Now, we're one of the worst Power 5 teams in the country, and it is perplexing. And it isn't just talent. I mean, we have a big guy who's underperforming, but we have a big that we haven't had. We have multiple size and depth, and we have multiple guys who can hit multiple threes in a game. We have pieces, but they're not being put together correctly, which means the puzzle is not fitting. And at the end of the day, you're going to disagree, but at the end of the day, it's the head coach's job to A, construct a roster, B, evaluate talent, and C, make it work. And he's done none of it correctly. And last year, the last thing, Paulie, and I appreciate the airtime. The last thing is, would you guys please quit saying that last year? First of all, if you want to have the semantics, yes, we did win 20 games. Everybody knows that.
Oh,
but really, it was 19.
Okay, it was
right?
19. Yeah, fine.
And then, how many games?
What joy do you get out of that?
Were good wins.
The North Carolina was a good win, right?
Yeah, I agree with that. And then you had Oregon, who was hot and cold, and I think you had one other win. But how many bad losses? There was double-digit blowouts. So last season was not a success, and this season is worse. So I wish you guys would quit painting the picture that last year was fine and everything was okay and trending in the right direction. Because it wasn't. The dome was empty last year, and it'll be even more empty this year. So I don't know why you guys keep saying last year was fine.
They won 19 games. They ended on a better streak. Pat had me up until the end. He had me up until the end. And we do acknowledge that the losses were terrible. Yeah, he was doing so good, guys. I see it in the chat. He had me. He was doing so good. He won 19 games last year. Even if it is just 19, he still won 19 games. And he's got one more year to figure it out at least. There we go. It was, I let him go. Last year was fine for a first-year head coach. This year has gone horribly wrong. I don't know how many other ways I could say it. And they put together a bad team. And everybody keeps saying the talent is there. Is it? Like, you look at this team and say the talent is there. That's their problem for maybe not getting the talent. I would never say this team has the talent there right now. Donnie Freeman needs to play a lot, is my take on this. Through his mistakes, I think he's the best player on the team. Yeah, no, I'm not saying he went out and lit the world on fire last year, but it was a fine year for a first head coach. JJ's got to play 40. Donnie's got to play 40. And from there, I don't know what you do. Chris Bell's talented. Is he back? If he's back, he should play 40. I'm at that point right now. Should be 5 guys playing. Carlos has been very serviceable up until this game, the past 5-6 games. But, I don't know that they got their number one choice at any position that they got out of the portal either. Excuse me. I wish I could take a break. I need a nap. Been doing this a long time tonight. Anybody else want to talk? 315-437-7644. I would like to hear from you. Do we have anything from Coach Autry yet? Either of them? Jordan? Nobody. See, here's the thing, Shelp. We're seasoned, and nobody's saying it's fine. Like, what do you want out of us? Like, do you just want everybody to say that the sky is falling? Like, everybody sees it. Everybody's watching this. Everybody's watching it. And I don't get it's, I'm sorry, but changes. What changes? What changes would you make? Go Steelers, Ohana says. Correct. Like, nobody doesn't see what's happening this year. We want the media to be honest. Like, what do you want me to say? It's been terrible. I just told you, I think they blew it in roster construction. Like, what do you want me to say that you want me to be honest about? Was that not honest? Everybody sees it. Like, everybody. It's got to get better. Stop saying that last year like was fine. Nobody's saying it was a world beater year. It was fine. They won 19 games. You'd take 19 this year, wouldn't you? It was a fine year for a first year head coach with a bunch of players that he didn't bring in. Last year was fine. Would I have liked them to make the tournament? Yeah, I would have. All right, here's what Coach Autry had to say on the Learfield, the Syracuse University Radio Network, post FSU.
Unlike the second half, the first half, we didn't do a good job on rebounding the basketball. Our transition defense, we didn't do a good job of that. We just played a terrible second half. We just didn't do the things that we need to do to win. I got to fix that. I will fix that. And that's, moving forward, we got to do a better job. I mean, rebounding hasn't hurt us all year. Today it really hurt us in the second half, in transition defense.
And there's one other thing I see about Coach Autry is he doesn't take responsibility. I got to fix that, and I will fix that. I'm not saying, look, you quit putting words in everybody's mouths. Like 6-24 is not fine. What's happening this year is not fine. Everybody knows that. Last year was fine. And I'm not going to sit and I don't need to defend a 19-win year for last year. All right? I'm not going to sit here and defend something that doesn't need to be defended. How's that grab you? The defense does suck. Tom's anxiety, I can't put that into words. The defense sucks. A lot of things suck. When it comes to coaching, all they care about is wins and losses. Do you want me to close some things out, Jordan, here to try and anybody? People asking about Chance Westry in YouTube. And I feel bad for the kid. He's got hurt 2 years, and now this team's really bad, and you can't risk playing somebody who hasn't played for 2 years. At some point, they may go, you never know, and just throw him out there. But you can't at this point. Anybody else in the chat here over on YouTube? I've been a fan since Louie and Bowie, and it's bad this year. Terrible is an understatement. Bell can't play defense. Is it football season yet? That's flip-flopped. Mintz won 19 games last year. Did you guys know that? Mintz won 19 games last year, according to the YouTube chat. So I'm going through the YouTube here now, guys. It's new to me. Oh, meanwhile, Jerry has been doing an incredible job at CNN. Incredible, everybody. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Everybody's got answers. I don't. I don't have answers. I don't know what to tell you. I want to go home now. I'm exhausted. This team sucks without Mintz. Thank you, Zach. Looking forward to Lax. Now we're looking forward to Lax season. G-Mac's doing what Autry should have done. What is that? What is he doing that he should have done? Taking the job at... Somehow it's Joe Girard's fault. That is correct. That's the most sensible thing I've seen tonight. What's Jordan going to do to save this? Oh, he's coaching somewhere else in order to get experience to start at SU. What? So he should have left his job as associate head coach in order to take a job that didn't exist. I get that. I don't know. I don't know how to deal with it. Does Brian usually read these comments, or does he just not let it get to him? So we've played Coach Autry. I can't read in the dark, but I believe that was brought to you by RomanoCars.com when we played Coach Autry. Jordan, anything else I have to get to before we go home for the night? You want a quick rundown of the stats? Donnie Freeman, 16 points, 10 rebounds. Needs to play 40 minutes, in my opinion. Shoots too many threes, though. Not his game this year. JJ Starling, 5 of 16, 12 points. 3 turnovers, 2 fouls, 1 rebound. 3 assists. So he's equal. Lucas Taylor is shooting the ball well, believe it or not. 4 of 8 tonight, 2 of 4 from three-point land, and finished with 10 points. And no rebounds. Pulled to Chris Bell. Jaquan Carlos, 2 points, 1 of 5 from the floor, 3 rebounds, 3 turnovers, 1 assist. Should I do the plus minus too? Eddie Lampkin, 4 points, 2 of 3 from the floor, 18 minutes, 4 personal fouls, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 5 rebounds. Kyle Cuff, 10 points, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 2 turnovers. Just too many turnovers. Chris Bell was Chris Bell again, the Chris Bell we love. 4 of 4 from three-point land, 4 of 5 from the floor, 18 points, zeros everywhere else on the score sheet. Just zeros. Dude will shoot. Peter Mastorovich just fouling people. He's out there fouling people. 5 fouls in 13 minutes. 1 turnover. 7 rebounds, though. Elijah Moore, 3 minutes, 0 for 1 from the floor. Naheem McLeod, 1 minute, 0 for all the way across the board. And Jair Davis, 21 minutes, 0 for 2 from the floor, and had 3 assists and 4 rebounds. Maybe he should play point guard. Hugh Kissel tells us 0-8 against Power 5 teams, embarrassing. Correct, it is. You're right. We'll end on that. This was embarrassing. I agree with that take, and it's got to get better. And hopefully they can figure it out. Hopefully they can figure it out. I'm not walking to Charlotte. I said I'd walk to Charlotte if they went over. What am I looking for here, Jordan? He is... a better computer. Okay, then we're done for the night. How's that? Yeah, he's important. Here's this. We'll end on this. Coach Bell, Coach Autry on Chris Bell. He's important. He had 4 threes today. That was a big boost for our team. I thought he took good shots. We would like to get him more shots. He took advantage of the ones today. So there you go. We'll end on a high note. Everybody, have a good night. I'm going home to bed. I'm exhausted from watching that. It's frustrating. It's frustrating for everybody. If you're a fan of this team, this is something none of us are used to, and we're all looking for answers. And hopefully, it's not one of us that is the ones that figure it out, and it's the coaches and the players that do. Sure, they all are listening to our advice on how to fix it, but they're the ones that got to do it. The players got to play better. The coaches got to coach better. And there's no other way around it. It is I've been on this planet 52 years, and this is the first time Syracuse basketball has been in a situation this bad. It's not good. So, I don't know. You're going to hear coach say things and coach speak, and you're not going to be happy with it as it rolls along. You're going to hear players say things. The players are going to do things. So you're just not going to be happy. There's nothing to be happy about right now if you're a Syracuse basketball fan. And tune in noon on Monday. Mario and I will be here. We'll get you through this. We'll all get through it together, and I guarantee you we'll all be okay no matter what Syracuse's record is at the end of the season. We'll all be okay, and that's all that matters. Be careful on the roads. There's a snowstorm till 4 o'clock tomorrow. So be careful on the roads so we can all talk on Monday. And enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your Sunday. Put this behind you. Move on to the next game. And we'll all start fresh on Tuesday against Georgia Tech. Okay? Good night, everybody.